Welcome to our Torah Anytime viewers, daily segments of Daily Zohar. Zohar says the following: come and see. A word that comes out from a person's mouth goes up and becomes a spiritual energy as well. And that makes what the Zohar call hitorerut lemala. It awakens certain attributes up from above, whether it's good, whether it's bad. Umisha yoshev beta'anuk Shabbat, and a person that is keeping Shabbat and is enjoying Shabbat, asur lo leorer davar shel chol, is not allowed to awaken a weekday's attribute. Why? Ki pogem pgam beyom hakodesh. He creates a blemish in the holy day. You see from here that words are extremely powerful. The word comes out of a person's mouth, turns into energy. There's no loss of energy, and it spreads out until the end of the universe. Words are extremely powerful. You can change the atmosphere or the energy of a place based on what it said there. That's why it's very important to learn at home, at night, to learn during the day. The house should have words of Torah spoken into. A person should always try to speak kindly. Never try to curse. Always try to say good things. First of all, it's good for you internally. It gives you internal hope as well. But overall, it contributes to the atmosphere and to the energy, and I don't want to sound like New Age, but to the energy around you of what it is and how it's going to come up. Words are extremely powerful. Words will go and could create tremendous damage, and yet, on the other hand, words could be words of kindness and encouragement that will change a person's life from one end to another, just simply by words. I remember one time I heard a rabbi was saying his son drove him nuts, and he did something, and he broke something, and he felt like yelling at him, and he said to him, "You!" And then he says, "Tzaddik." He says, because at that moment I was so angry, I could have, chaz v'shalom, create a certain, I wouldn't say stigma, but attach this title to my son, and all he would hear that I called him, whatever I called him, but instead of that I called him tzaddik, and I put myself into the right perspective. Words are very, very powerful. We always talk about, people talk about, physical abuse and bullying and so on and so forth. You should know that abuse is not limited only to physical things. On the contrary, the most difficult and I think abusive type of abuse, the highest level, I think it's verbal and mental abuse. You don't have to raise your hand on a person to be a bully or to abuse somebody. Therefore, be very careful in how you speak to people, and what you say to people, and what comes out of your mouth. You'll bring it upon yourself as well. You'll attach yourself to that energy in which you created. You'll become the source of either good or bad. So the Zohar says, when you speak mundane words, everyday's word, business, whatever it is, on Shabbat, you are blemishing the holy day. Why? Mi sheyoshev besimchat hamelech, whenever you're singing, the king is making a banquet, and you're sitting in the king's banquet. Is inappropriate, excuse me, and disrespectful. They would leave the king and would deal with someone else. You have to give attention to the host. For example, you're in the middle of prayer, telephone calls, unless it's an emergency, but there aren't emergencies. Baruch Hashem. Don't pick your phone. Right now, you're praying to God. You're having a conversation. It's very rude when in the middle of a conversation, you're talking to someone, and just hold on just 1 second. Hello? That's very rude. It's very rude sometimes when we have, you're talking to somebody on a telephone, you get an incoming call, says, hold on just 1 second, you talk to the person, meanwhile the other person is holding on the phone for 5 minutes, he's getting a tennis elbow for holding the telephone like that, and you're just talking on the phone. You're talking to somebody else. Two people are talking. It is rude to interfere. It happens many times. All of a sudden a person comes and he sees it right because he completely disregards you and then he interferes. And it's like you don't exist there. So this is how bothersome it is when we do it to people, one person to another person. How disrespectful is that when we are sitting down in Shabbat. Shabbat is Hashem, the Kadosh Baruch Hu's banquet. And we are dealing with other things. We don't pay attention. It's a tremendous disrespect. Even more than that is, the Gemara says, Kol haposek midivrei Torah. If a person learns Torah, he's in the middle of learning Torah. All of a sudden he sees a beautiful flower. He says, oh, what a beautiful flower it is. Mitchayev benafsho. It's dangerous. Why? When you are doing when you're learning and you're speaking divrei Torah, to stop it for something that is completely not associated with Torah, it's a disrespect. There's no greater disrespect for that. And you're saying that is more important. Sometimes when we talk and we take a break because it is very hard if you're not trained to continue Divrei Torah non-stop. So we do it to break the pace a little bit, to regroup, and then we come back to it. But, when you learn with the Chavruta, you learn with somebody else. So when you learn Torah, have your phone off. Don't pick up the phones. Don't put it on vibrate. Turn it off. There's nothing you can do anyway. If there's an emergency, tell whoever, listen, with all respect, call 911. There's nothing I can tell you, I can do with you anyway. So that is very disrespectful. So don't do that. Uvechol yom, and every day, צריכים להראות מעשה ולעורר התעוררות שלמטה ממה שצריך. Every day you need to do things here, down below, to awaken things up. You need to the beginning of the process has to start with what we're doing here, down here, up above, right? Bet HaMikdash is not going to come unless we're going to do something to earn it to come, and so on and so forth. You have to do hishtadlut here in this world. 6 days you have to put your own personal effort, the hishtadlut of this world. אבל בשבת, בדברי שמיים ובקדושת היום, צריכים לעורר ולא בדבר אחר. The awakening of heavenly attributes that it comes from here has to be done with a different method. How does it done? It's done b'divrei shamayim, aka divrei Torah, right? And in Shamayim they don't care who won the Oscars, and if the Jets lost again, there's no chidush, they always lose, or anything of that sort. In Shamayim it's only divrei Torah. You want to know what they do in Shamayim? Speak divrei Torah. So the awakening is done with divrei Torah, uvekdushat hayom, and with the sanctification of the day. How? With the fact that we make kiddush. So therefore, when you make kiddush, you need to tell the people, have the understanding of what is happening. We bring about the holiness. We're drawing it down by making the avodah here down, by making kiddush. Pay attention. You'll say that, B'ezrat Hashem, you'll have kids. You're going to make kiddush. As soon as you make kiddush, vayuchulu hashamayim, or im tashim mishabat on the beginning, all of a sudden everybody is turning around, they're walking, they do 2 seconds of they're walking. You make kiddush is like this. Why? Because that's the Yetzer Hara. To us as well. Make kiddush. You have to have clear kavanah. That everybody's you need to concentrate it. Why? Because this is paying attention to the King, paying attention to Hashem. The awakening should be done with this, not with anything else. Because when you awake something and it is not what it should be, sometimes you don't know what you're dealing with. You are desecrating the Shabbat by doing so, and you downgrade it as a tremendous insult to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Therefore, on Shabbat, you sit down, you eat, you sing Zmirot. The songs that you sing on the Shabbat table, is Shirot v'Tishbachot LaHashem. It's to glorify Hashem. You don't sing there, Orthodox Judaism hit parade. It's Shirot v'Tishbachot LaHashem. There's a tremendous kedusha in those words as well. There's a lot to learn from the songs as well. You say Divrei Torah on the table. You sit back after you eat. Learn a little bit. Okay, I know you have Shana b'Shabbat ta'anug. Sleeping on Shabbat is a pleasure. It's a part of what is called Onek Shabbat, to sleep. It's good to sleep on Shabbat. Shana b'Shabbat ta'anug. But learn a little bit. Let the food digest. Okay, don't force yourself to if you feel like having a little nap, go take a little nap. That's also part of the pleasure. Don't overdo things, which is fine. But the most important thing is to do it in the appropriate way. Everything should be geared towards how are we going to be Mekadesh Shem Shamayim, how are we going to do the right thing, and awaken the positive attribute that in return that would have a hashpah and influence on the rest of the week. So Bezat Hashem, today is Shabbat Chanukah, today is Rosh Chodesh, so Parashat Miketz, so I wish on everybody a Shabbat Shalom, Rosh Chodesh Tov, and Chag Chanukah Sameach.